Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with a new video. I'm going to do something a little different today. A little different here. We're going to talk movies. If this is videos here, I'm going to look at every top 20 movie of each year of the 1980s and kind of give you my thoughts on them, if I've seen them, if I hadn't seen them, if I liked them, or if I hate them. I don't know. This video is kind of different. I can't talk about toys every goddamn day. There goes my monetization. There goes me getting monetized again. Sorry about that. Shouldn't talk like that. I'm sorry. I'm better than that. No, I'm not. Anyway, a little different. Like I said, if you like this, make sure you get the thumbs up. That way I know you like it. If we get 16 billion thumbs up in the first hour, I'll do 1981. So we're going to look at the top 20 films, the top ones in the U.S., domestic box office, and kind of see. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of glanced at this list when I pulled it up, so I know what number one is. I mean, I'm pretty sure you all know what number one is, but thought it might be a little fun and just to do something a little different. Like I said, can't do the same thing all the time. Now, for that, as always, Patreon, YouTube member, blah, 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 you know all that. So let's just look at this list right here, the top 20. We'll start right here. Oh God, book 2. Oh, that's in the top 30 though. Let me go back. I was all ready and now I'm not ready. Number 20. Raging Bull. And can you believe it? Hold on a second. Sorry guys. Raging Bull. Can you believe it? I've never seen Raging Bull. What's wrong with me? That's a bunch of Raging bullshit, is what that is. How can I have never seen Raging Bull? I like Martin Squeeze. I ain't gonna try to say his name. He did it right. I like him. I like Robert De Niro. I've got to put that on my to-do list. I got to put that on my C list. No spoilers. It's a boxing movie, right? Why have I never ever seen Raging Bull? I don't know. I hate to start on the top 10 list like that. It was something I've never seen. Okay, number 19. I can't even count. How am I supposed to see Raging Bull when I can't even count? Number 19. Clint Eastwood's Bronco Billy. I cannot believe this was in the top 20. I didn't even think anyone knew this movie but me. It's one of those movies that was always on in the 80s on HBO. When you're sick from school, turn on HBO. Bronco Billy was on there. I don't remember much about it. I think it was kind of like, he was like, Clint Eastwood was part of the rodeo or something, and they had that blonde lady I think he was married to at the time that appeared in all of his movies back then. It might have had that other guy. I can't think of his name either. I think it's Juliet Lewis's dad. Not Juliet. Juliet Lewis? Is that who? I'm thinking Juliet Lewis. You know, Cape Fear, Christmas Vacation. Her dad. I think her dad was in that movie. Unless I'm just all confused. If I'm right, I'll put her up here and her dad right here, and then I'll know I'm right. But I know he was in the Any Which Way But Loose movies. But Bronco Billy, I was like Wild Bill Hickok or something. I don't remember much about this movie at all. I really don't. But I just remember it was on HBO all the time. I think my brother liked it, but he was big into Clint Eastwood at the time. So, don't remember that one. Number 18, a classic, an 80s classic, especially in that pop culture geek field. Flash Gordon. Talk about another movie that was always on HBO back in the 80s. I love this movie. I have not seen it since the 80s. I hope it holds up. It's one of those movies where I loved it, but I'm too scared to watch it again. Because when I do see clips of it now, I'm like, okay, this looks corny. But when I was little, this is like awesome. This is like one of the greatest movies ever. It had the blonde guy that played Flash Gordon, and I think it had one of the James Bond guys, Timothy Dalton. Wasn't he in that? I think so. Had other people. I don't remember. I remember a bald-headed guy that played the evil guy. I don't remember. I remember him having to stick his hand in something. See, I don't remember much about this movie at all. I remember a fight scene near the end. I don't remember it, to be honest with you. I can't tell you anything. I can't tell you what it's about. I can't tell you anything about it. But I remember I liked it and loved it, and I know it's a classic. Number 17, Neil Diamond. No, not Lady Goo. Neil Diamond, the jazz singer. Didn't Lady Goo just redo that? Yeah, was that something else? I think that was something. I think I got my whole movies mixed up. I think I'm thinking about something else. The Jazz Singer. Neil Diamond. I think it's a remake of some movie back in the silent day or 1930s or 1940s or something. It's an old movie. Jazz Singer. I do remember this. I remember my parents watching it on HBO. Everything's HBO, right? I don't think, if you don't know, I mean, you know how everybody says, oh, it's on Netflix now? That was HBO then. HBO was crazy. Before HBO at your house, I mean, we had HBO in the house probably before we had VHS. It was just amazing to see movies, because the only other time to see movies within was on the CBS, NBC, ABC late night movies of the week. You know, they might show a random movie, or during the day at 3 o'clock in the afternoon you might see a random movie. But HBO was the place for the movie. Oh, I remember the big red one, Missing School, and that was always on. I watched it just because Mark Hamill was in it. What were we talking about though? We're talking about the Jazz Singer. The Jazz Singer. Like I said, I remember Neil Diamond. Who doesn't love Neil Diamond, right? That's all I can remember about it, Neil Diamond. Okay, number 16. I don't even remember this. Let me see how to pronounce this, because if I say it wrong, y'all will let me know in the comment section over and over and over again.
Brewbreaker.
Brewbreaker. Brewbreaker. Who's in this? Brewbreaker. Let me see who's in this. It made $37,000. Let's see. Don't tell me. That looks like it might be Robert Redford. Brewbreaker. I can't sit here and tell you anything about Brewbreaker at number 16 because I don't even know what that is. Never even heard of it till right now. If I did, I don't remember it. It wasn't on HBO. So if it wasn't on HBO, I didn't know what it was. So let's skip that. Number 15. Number 15 of the top 20 movies of the year 1980. Number 15. The original, the first one, Friday the 13th. Scary, right? Jason. Well, I don't even think it's Jason in this one. It's his mom, right? In this one, I haven't seen this one in years either. It made $39 million. Can you believe that's one of the biggest hits of the year? $39 million. Most movies, if you don't make that on the weekend, it's a flop. Friday the 13th, Jason's mom comes to town. And I saw this one years later, probably again on HBO or something at night. But, I mean, Friday the 13th, come on. I mean, Jason was the most iconic. I know people, my parents grew up with like the Universal monsters. Who's that guy that wears a sports jacket? Frankenstein. Well, Frankenstein's monster, for you tell me in the comments. Wolfman, Invisible Man, you know, all them classics. Well, our classic in the 80s were Jason. He started right here. Leatherface, pulled over from the 70s. I always loved Leatherface till they ruined it. You know, like when they did the first one, then they got carried away with it. Leatherface, Freddy Krueger. Oh, everybody I knew was crazy about Freddy Krueger in the late 80s. Freddy Krueger. Michael Myers. No, not the guy from Austin Powers. Talking about the murderer. That was my favorite. The Halloween series. I even like Halloween 3. Go watch Halloween 3. Judge it as a movie. Don't judge it as a sequel to Halloween. Don't even pay no attention to that 3 in it. Go watch it and tell me if it's bad or not. Put on the mask and suck on their face and everything. I enjoyed it. I know I'm hitting my table. Y'all get mad when I hit my table. I'm trying not to. Feel like we got a lot of energy tonight. Feel like I'm really talking. Friday 13th, iconic Jason. I mean, I know later he put on the hockey mask, but I like him better than these earlier ones when he had this wheat sack over his head. To me, that's more scary. If I look out my window right now and see a guy walking down the street wearing a hockey mask, I say, hey, that's a big sports fan right there. I don't think it was odd. But if I looked outside my window and saw a guy wearing a wheat sack over his head, that would frighten the shit out of me. Oh, what we at? Number 14, one of the classic comedies. If anybody put a list together, the 10 best comedies, I bet this is in the top 5. Caddyshack. Now, I'll be honest, Caddyshack, I didn't really like it growing up. You know, I think my brother was a little older. He would watch it and everything. And I liked the gopher in it, the little mole thing. And I like Bill Murray was always really funny. So it had some funny parts, but I never really sat down and watched it until probably the 90s, you know, early 90s, where I actually sat down. I think you had to be a little older. In 1980, I mean, I was going on 8, 9, somewhere around there. My math, can't do math real fast. Somewhere around then. So you can see why I didn't really get into it until I was a little older. But man, me and my son will watch that scene where Rodney Dangerfield, where he's dancing and everything. Even my son, man, cracks up at that. is anything more funny than Ronnie Dangerfield? I love Ronnie Dangerfield. I know everybody's like Caddyshack. Come on. You got Bill Murray, classic. Everybody loves Bill Murray. Chevy Chase. Everybody loves Chevy Chase in it. But Rodney Dangerfield. Remember when he rapped? Oh, man, that guy could get no respect right there. I love Rodney Dangerfield. But this is a really funny movie, classic funny movie. So check that out. Number 13. I haven't seen this one in years either. Cheech and Chong's next movie. Again, this is the follow-up to Up in Smoke. Up in Smoke is a classic. I don't know anybody who hasn't seen Up in Smoke. I mean, you got to see that. It's one of the comedy classics ever. I love Up in Smoke. Actually, I love the beginning of it a lot, but then kind of by the end of it, it gets a little slow or a little drags on. Beginning of it, when they're on that car, you know, when he picks up Cheech, Cheech picks up Chong in that car hitchhiking, it's a classic scene. But we're talking about the next movie. We're not, and it's not even really a sequel. It's like Cheech and Chong, but they're playing someone else. It's not like a sequel to Up in Smoke. They're playing different characters, but I don't remember much about this one here. I remember they did one called Nice Dreams. I remember that, but next movie I don't really remember. Oh, one of the most scariest movies ever. The Shining. Come on, if you do a top 10 of the worst of the top 10 of the scariest or the best horror movies of the 80s, you know that's going to be in the top 3 probably. Might be number 1 on most people's list. The Shining. Now I haven't seen this really much as an adult. I think I would appreciate it probably even better now. I've probably seen it in my teen years, but I need to go back and rewatch that. It's been a long time. Jack Nicholson's one of his best performances. Shelley Duvall. Is there anyone more uglier than Shelley Duvall? Oh, I remember I went to see a movie where Robin Williams was the Popeye movie, and it was horrible. I can remember I was probably about 8 or 9 years old, going to see that movie with my friend Mike, and even then thinking, God, this is horrible. And I watched it. It might not even be horrible, but I remember back then I thought it was horrible because they sung in it. I didn't want to go see no movie when they sung in it. Anyway, The Shining. Classic. God, we got some good movies. Look at these. We're not even in the top 10 yet, and look at these classic movies. You tell me, you can't take this year. Take 2018, 2019. You think if you did the top 20 movies of 2019, you have anything this classic in it? I bet not. Hell, half of them going to be Marvel movies. Oh, The Shining. That's a good one. I honestly did not know this, guys. I swear I did not know this. Number 11. Popeye. How the hell did Popeye make more money than The Shining? The Shining made $44 million. Popeye made 49. Now, let me tell you something about The Shining. I remember when it was at the theater because I went to see another movie. And I'm going to tell you what I want to see. It's on this list. We'll talk about it in a minute. But I can remember once you left the movie, you could go down behind the theater by the exit doors and hear the movies playing. And I remember listening to The Shining, me and my friend, and it was horrifying. I was like, what in the hell's going on? I remember I even heard the "Here's Johnny" part. Anyway, Popeye. Let's get back to Popeye. I went to see this, me and my friend Mike, and it was horrible. I love the cartoon, which is kind of weird now if you look at it, watch the cartoon nowadays. Remember Pluto always trying to rape olive oil? What's up with that? It's really strange watching it today, but I really, really loved it back then. I love the cartoon. Well, I liked the cartoon. I ain't gonna say I loved it. I was more a Tom and Jerry, Woody Woodpecker. Oh, I loved Woody Woodpecker. I was more of that vein. But Popeye, I would watch it, but I didn't want to go see a damn musical. I wanted to see Popeye kick some butt, eat some spinach. Never ate spinach in my life and never will. Okay, you ready to start the top 10? Here we go. Oh, before we do the top 10, I'm going to tell you right now, I got a brand new shirt. It's $13 if you're getting it in the next 24 hours. But don't worry, the rest of this week, all merch is going to be on sale. But that depends on when you're watching this video. But go to Junkman.com. No, you don't. Don't go there. Go to JunkmanMerch.com and buy the new shirt. I think you'll check it out. It's a shirt that tells everybody, hey, you're not a nice guy. Don't mess with you. Check it out. Get this shirt. $13 if you see this video on the day I uploaded it. But hell, it might be on sale when you go look at it any other time. Oh, who knows? Might not even be there anymore. But go check it out. I think you'll like that shirt right there. So, here we go. The top 10. Ordinary People. I know this movie, like I know the name of it. Let's see if I can find out who's in it. Why does it like tell me who's in the damn thing? Oh, cast info. Okay, I cut all that out, me looking up. This isn't the movie I was thinking of. This has got Judd Hirsch in it. Judd Hirsch. I know, the guy from Taxi. It's got Alex Rieger's in this movie. Who ever seen Alex Rieger in a movie unless it was Independence Day? But yeah, it's got Timothy Hutton. I always liked Timothy Hutton. Timothy Hutton, Donald Sutherland. I love Donald Sutherland. Mary Tyler Moore. I mean, come on, who doesn't love Mary Tyler Moore, right? So it's an all-star cast. I remember the name, but I don't really know much about it. But I don't care what about all that. 7.7 on IMDb. Yeah, I don't remember that. Like I said, I know the name is one of those. I was thinking of some movie that had Shelley Duvall. Not Shelley Duvall again. It's stuck in my head. That had Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn in it. And then I was thinking, well, maybe it's that movie with, remember Christopher Reeve and I think, not Gene Hackman. Who's the English guy that was in Jaws Revenge? Oh, well, I'm having a bad day on my memory. Number 9, another classic comedy. Again, if you did your top 10 classic comedies, probably ever, this would be in the top 5 for most people. The Blues Brothers. Probably the best Saturday Night Live movie there's ever been. Not in counting is Pat. I mean, come on, everybody knows that. Classic. Don't watch the sequel they did years later. I haven't seen this though. I said this a lot in this video. I haven't seen this since I was a kid. So I'm curious how it is. I hear a lot about it. Everybody loves it. I'm not going to say it's not good. I'm sure it is good. I just haven't seen it in years. But if it was on TV and I was sitting down in front of the TV instead of talking to you fine folks, I would watch it. I like the Blues Brothers. Didn't they do a song about a rubber biscuit? I remember my brother used to always say, "A rubber biscuit, throw it at the wall. If it comes back, it's a rubber biscuit." I don't know. Maybe I'm just mixing up two things here. Number 8, a classic. Not as good as the original. Maybe a classic is a strong word here. Smokey and the Bandit, Part 2. I don't think they put parts in movies. The new sequel, they call it Part 2 anymore. Smokey and it's a step down from the original. Don't get me wrong, a big step down from the original, but it's got Dom DeLuise in it, and you can watch it. It's enjoyable. Anything with Jerry Reed in it is good. You ever seen The Survivors? I liked that as a kid. I don't think it made the top 20. I know in the 1980s anyway. I don't know if it's any good. I liked it as a kid. The Survivors. I think Walter Matthau was in it, but I love Jerry Reed. But Smokey and the Bandit, again, Part 2, step down. But hey, it's a step up compared to Part 3. Number 7. I didn't know this movie did so good. $67 million. This was a staple in the Junkman household growing up. You didn't grow up if you didn't see this movie with Tommy Lee Jones, Sissy Spacek, coal miner's daughter, the Loretta. I know I was gonna mess that up. Loretta Lynn story. I know I said Loretta Lynn story. Growing up in the South, watching Hee Haw with my family and everything, you had to watch this, and it is a great movie. If you're like, I don't like country music, I don't care. You'll watch it. It's a really good movie. I mean, Tommy Lee Jones. I mean, come on, that's all you need to know, right? Tommy Lee Jones. She's just a poor coal miner's daughter. I mean, that's all I can say. It's a really interesting movie, and it's kind of odd they did a life story of her when she was still probably, she was probably still within 10 years of her career. It wasn't like most times you dead and gone before they make a movie about you or near death. Number 6. This was such a hit. They turned it into a Saturday morning cartoon. Private Benjamin. Maybe they didn't turn it into a cartoon. Maybe it was a TV series I'm thinking of. Maybe they turned it into a TV series. Sorry about that. It was Laverne and Shirley that went to the army. Private Benjamin. Goldie Hawn. Oh, Goldie Hawn. 80s, man. Goldie Hawn. What happened to Goldie Hawn? I haven't seen her in years. Is she still married to Kurt Russell? Oh, Goldie Hawn. My hands made a fart sound. I don't want y'all to think I farted on the video. Yeah, I know I've seen it, but I don't remember much to talk about here. Clint Eastwood starts off the top 5. Top 5. Clint Eastwood back. Any Which Way You Can. Is that the sequel? Any Which Way You Can. Any Which Way But Loose was first, right? And then they did Any Which Way You Can. A truck driver turned prize fighter and his brother, their pet orangutan, have a series of misadventures involving the mob, crooked cops, motorcycle games, and pretty dames. That right there makes you just want to cut this video off and go see it. I can see why. Just that little description about it right there. Oh man, any which way you can. Good theme song too, or maybe that's the original one. Here's another one. Yeah, it's not about Seinfeld, but Kramer versus Kramer. Classic. I remember hearing a lot about it. I can actually remember when this was out, and it was pretty big to talk about Kramer versus Kramer, but it was nothing a kid was going to go see. So, like I said, I know it's like a divorce story, fighting over a kid or something. Nothing else to say. Top 3. Before we do top 3, let me just say again, thank you guys who help me with my GoFundMe for my son's back surgery. The surgery is actually next Tuesday. But I'm still, if you can help out, it means a lot to me. We're still trying to reach our goal. I'll put a link in the description below. Again, his spine is kind of like that. I'll put the x-ray up there if you want to see it. But he's going to be laid up, not only just for surgery on Tuesday. It's going to cost, God, I don't even think about it. Missing work. And then, just weeks. He's going to be like in the hospital for a week. And then he's got therapy he's got to do for like 4 weeks or 4 months or something. It's a long time he's going to be trying to get better. So if you can help out, you've helped out a lot. And if you can't help out, that's fine. Just share the link. That helps out also. So if you can help out, links in the description below. That's enough of me, I'm begging. Where are we at? Number 3. I loved this as a kid. This was one of my favorite comedies growing up. We bad. We know it. Just that part right there would just send me out laughing, man. It would just, Richard Pryor, Gene Wilder, probably their best film together. I know you're gonna say there's hear no evil, say no evil, but no, it's stir crazy, man. I haven't seen this in years, but growing up, I loved Stir Crazy, and it broke 100 million. I didn't know it was such a big hit. Stir Crazy, number 3. Oh man, they get arrested, I think, for a crime they didn't commit. Or is that 18? Or maybe that's both of them. I love that movie, man. Them in jail and they're walking like they bad. Oh, I love that. Number 9, another movie that was so successful they turned it into a television show with $103 million. It's got one of the best theme songs for a movie I can think of. Dolly Parton, Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin. I forgot what happened to Lily Tomlin. I love Lily Tomlin. Remember when she was a shrieking woman? And who else is in this movie? You got those 3 ladies, right? Daphne Coleman. Now that's somebody I want to see. I haven't seen him either in years. Get Daphne Coleman on The Mandalorian, please, somebody. Daphne Coleman. He was in War Games. He was in that other movie, Cloak and Dagger. I was going to say with the E.T. kid. He was in anything classic. Daphne Coleman. But they teamed up together 9 to 5. How can you not hear that theme song? Stumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen. Pour myself a cup of ambition. How can you hear that and not just get in the mood to go? It pumps you up, man. Tomorrow when you get ready to go to work, put on that song 9 to 5. It will pump you up. Okay. That was $103 million. Number 1 of the 1980 movies. Made double that. It made double than that. $203 million at number 1. $203 million. Didn't even come where the second movie didn't even come close to it. And I'm sure you're not surprised. Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back. I could do a whole video talking about this one. I probably already have. I mean, I saw it this year, and I did do a video talking about how I saw it this year. I mean, come on. It's the best of the Star Wars movies. I know. But if you take a poll, most Star Wars fans are going to say that. I know you're going to say, hey, Junkman, The Last Jedi is the best one. But no. The Empire Strikes Back. And that's the movie I went to see, and we walked down by the exit, and we heard The Shining playing. I think, at least in my memory, that's how I remember it. Might not be. I need to look at release date. But Empire probably played for a whole year at theaters. The Empire Strikes Back. How about that? That's great, man. The Empire. Look at that list. I mean, we just the top 20. Look at those. Raging Bull. I'm just going to go to the classics, okay? Raging Bull, Flash Gordon. I guess I'll put Jazz Singer in there. I don't know. Friday the 13th, Caddyshack, The Shining, Blues Brothers, Smokey and the Bandit, Stir Crazy, 9 to 5, Empire Strikes. What a year! And that's just 1980. You don't have a year. You could go back to 2010. I bet you don't got a year that exciting. Hell, you could go back to 2022, 2002. I bet you ain't nothing as exciting. I don't think man. Wait, hold on a second here. Hero at Large, number 27. Holy shit, I forgot all about. You remember that? John Ritter, Three's Company, where he played a superhero. Man, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that movie. Just caught my eye just then. Anyway, I can sit here. I should do the whole list of all the movies. This is so exciting. Let me know if you like this video. If so, maybe next week, maybe later this week, probably next week if you like it. 1981. We'll go through all the 80s. Hell, we'll have a lot of fun remembering all these movies that we might have forgotten about. Like Hero at Large. I might have to go see that's on Netflix. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments what movie of this list did you see? What did you hate? What did you love? What do you think is classic? What do you think people like it, but you hate it? Let me know all that and more in the comments below. And always, subscribe to the channel. Thumb up so I know you like my content. We'll talk again soon.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.